Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are finally here for the F1 23 game cycle. I know it's taken me like a week to upload the video, but I will talk about that in just a second. But we are going to get started here with some F1 22 driver career mode. We're going to be starting in F2, and we're going to be doing a full season. Since you guys loved it so much in F1 22, it's still some of the most viewed videos on the channel. I figured we're going to do a full season here, but I just wanted to get some housekeeping stuff regarding the channel out of the way. I know I've been uploading pretty frequently in the last couple of months. I haven't been super busy, but starting I guess now, I'm gonna aim to get 2 videos out a week. One will be driver career mode and one will be the my team career mode series. I started a full-time job. I just graduated college, so very busy. I gotta manage my time. I end up editing these videos on a bus on the way home. So if you guys are looking forward to it, please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and drop a like on this video so that I know you guys are excited for this. But we're gonna be going through the settings here. You guys have seen most of it. We're gonna start off at 100 difficulty. It's gonna be 50% races for F2. And we're also gonna make things a little bit harder for me. I'm gonna give the AI increased acclaim rates, increased resource rates, so that, you know, they're gonna be upgrading their stuff a little bit faster than me, and I'm gonna have to be playing catch up, or at least that is the goal. We will see. If anything, I'll decrease my own acclaim rate and resource point rates as I see fit. But we're gonna get started in the season here. We gotta choose our team. I'm not gonna, you know, hold it off for a surprise or anything. We are gonna join the Red Bull Academy with Prima Racing. So our goal for this F2 season is to get a contract with AlphaTauri, and then long term compete with Max Verstappen for Drivers Championship. Obviously it is a driver career mode, so Constructors is great, but you're really aiming for the Drivers Championship in this you know, game mode. But we're here for qualifying in our first race of the season. Now, I haven't raced the F2 cars in a long time, so I'm not expecting my pace to be too crazy or anything, but I do expect it to be a little bit better than last season. I know the first 2 or 3 races of the F2 season in the last game was an absolute disaster, and I wasn't even sure if I was going to make it into F1, but obviously we did, and we are going to start again here in F1 23. We put up our first flyer, and we're already in trouble. It's P19, but it is a very tight grid. We're 4/10 up on our final flyer. We got a purple sector 1, which is great, but you know, once you head down into sector 2, at least for me, I struggle a little bit, especially through turn 10, and still getting a little bit used to this handling model. It is the F2 cars as well, so even more different, but it is definitely an improvement over the F1 22 handling model. And I would say the goal here is to try and finish in the, you know, the top 5. At bare minimum, we need to finish in the points. We do have 14 races, so that's going to be a lot of time, you know, build up our skill and progress, show our potential to the F1 teams who are hopefully interested in signing us. But we're going to cross the line here, almost 6/10 up on that previous flyer, and it's going to be a P8. So let's get into this sprint race, and then after that we got the feature race. And like I said before, it is the full F2 season, so we're going to have the feature race, we're going to have the sprint race. The qualifying is like a 20-minute session. I'm not sure if that's how it is in real life, but lots of opportunities to get points up on the board. Let's get into this race and let's see what we could do in our F2 debut. Alright, we are here for our rookie debut in F2 in Bahrain with Prima Racing. It might be Prima, I'm not sure entirely, but we have a pretty decent qualifying. We are starting in P8. We're here for the sprint race, so the top 10, I believe, is flipped around. So we're in P3 for this sprint race, and we're going to see what we could do here. Now, I haven't driven these F2 cars in a while, so it has been taking a little getting used to, but definitely a lot better than our F2 debut last year in F1 22. We started like P18 or something along those lines, so it's a good start. We're playing at the 100 difficulty level, as you guys probably saw in the little intro. But we are in Bahrain. I'm not sure. I think it's 14 races for this F2 season. You guys really seem to like the F2 racing last year, so I've decided to go with a full race calendar for this F2 season. We're doing 50%. I believe. So this is going to be 11 laps, or sorry, 8 laps for the sprint race, and then 11 laps for the actual feature race. Now, I'm going to keep expectations low here. We're going to aim to try and stay in P3, but I think we should be quick enough to try and overtake the 2 guys in front of us. We did technically do better than them in qualifying. Trying to burn out these tires here. But let's get on the grid. Let's get this career started. Let's see what we can do here in Bahrain. Right, but here we go for this F1 23 driver career mode. We got 5 red lights, and this career mode is officially underway here. And we get off the line extremely well. We overtake Yuri Vips. We're going to take P1 before the first 100 meters of this race. We're going into turn 1 here. A lot of people around me. And who is this? Vips comes down the inside. He actually overtakes us going into turn 1. Alright, so we're down into P2. A little bit of wheel spin through turn 3. But let's build up some confidence here. Let's get caught up to Yuri Vips. Oh, crap. And Caldwell is going to try and make a move now. I'm going to have to go around the outside here. Yuri Vips is taking a big lead in this race. Going to give Caldwell lots of room to the inside here, but we are going to take it. Going into turn 3, keep the lead of this race. Yuri Vips is 6 seconds ahead. His pace is really strong. Caldwell gets caught up trying to overtake me. He drops down to a second. We're having a pretty good debut race here, or sprint race. We're in P2, so not too bad. We're going to have a lot more work to do in the actual feature race because we will be starting, I believe, in P8. Caldwell might have another run at us here going into turn 11. We're gonna be going side by side. Gonna try and leave a minimal amount of space. Oh, and he tries to dive down the inside. Kind of have to swerve to the right a little bit. Still keeping the lead. Yuri Vips is just way up there. But like I said, keeping expectations low here. So we're still doing a good job according to my standards. I think it will take a little bit of time for us to build some confidence in the car to really start having some great races here in F2, because obviously we want to get into F1, so we have to have a good season in F2 and preferably be the champions in order to get into an F1 car. Oh crap, here he comes again. And now this time we're side by side. We're gonna go around the outside. No, he's gonna overtake us. No. Oh my gosh. And we drop down to P3, but we're going to have DRS here. We need to make this back in 3 laps. Okay, we can do this. We need to keep that P2. But we're headed on to the last lap here. Yuri Vips has got a 16-second lead, basically. Caldwell's up by 3 seconds, so my pace is definitely not as good as I initially thought. Lock up the rear axle a little bit. But we did get a good start, which is good news. Maybe at tracks where it's a little bit harder to overtake, that good start will definitely help us keep our position next time out. But like I said earlier, it's going to take a few races for me to kind of get used to these F2 cars, or get into shape, I guess. Not too bad, again, compared to the F1 22 start of the driver career mode. I remember that was awful, and I was kind of worried after the first, like, 2 races if we were going to be able to get into F1. But it all played out. We ended up getting a handle on the car and obviously making it into F1. Well, hopefully here we can, you know, make it back in the feature race where more points are available. But we are just about to cross the line here. Calderon is literally right behind me, and honestly, no one really spread out besides Yuri Vips. We were kept in this little bunch for the whole race, so maybe a little bit hard to overtake. But we get a podium, I guess, on our first sprint race, which I don't think really counts as a podium. But let's get into the sprint race, or feature race, so let's see what we can do. Hopefully we can get into the top 5, maybe? We gotta see with this overtaking.
Okay, how was that pull away? You'll have a bit more grip than that on the start, but we need to warm the tyres properly now. Make sure you get some heat into the brakes as well.
So we're here for the feature race now, starting in P8, because that is where we qualified. We had a pretty decent outing in the sprint race, lost out on P2 unfortunately by the end of it, but we got 6 points on the board. And Daruva, I believe my teammate is, he came in P8, so he got 2 points or something like that. So we got 8 points in total. I scored 6. I might have said 8. And then he scored 2. So we're second in the constructors behind High Tech with Yuri Vips and his driver teammate. But we're going to see what we could do here in the feature race. Now, hopefully we get a similar start that we did last time. And I feel like for some reason it'll be a little bit easier to hold that spot. We are actually starting in front of Yuri Vips this time. So maybe his pace won't be as quick while he's following cars. He just managed to get that P1 right off the start. And we got 1 pit stop. We're going to be going on to hard tires. For some reason, I couldn't get mediums on. So maybe it's just tire availability that we had for the weekend. But I haven't had medium tires this entire weekend, which is a little weird. So I think F2 might be a little bit different. But we're just getting these tires warmed up. And here we go for our first official feature race. Here in F2, we got 5 red lights, and we are underway here, and we got a great start. We just fly off the line. We overtake 4 drivers. We're going to go for Cordell and Daruvula, and then Novalak and Poucher up in P2 and P1. Got to take it nice and easy here. There's going to be a lot of traffic. Daruvula coming down the inside here, but we're going to beat him to the next apex and just leave him a little room, but, you know, he's going to lose grip running on those curbs, and we're going to get a better exit, and we're already up in a P3, so I want to get into the top 5, but now we got to hold the spot. We had a little bit of an issue doing that last time around. All right, Armstrong now, he's going to try and make a move. We're going to guard the inside here, down into turn 11. Keep him out. And we got to up our pace a little bit here as Novalak and Poucher are starting to get away from us a little bit. And Armstrong, he's definitely going to be going for the move here. We're going to have to go around the outside of turn 1. He's just on my right rear. We're going to brake late and go around the outside of turn 1. Oh, I think we went too wide there. Oh, we are racing into turn 2. Oh my goodness, I kind of squeezed him there. But we still keep that position. Getting a little bit greasy, getting the elbows out. The DRS is enabled here. Oh my gosh, the Poucher is going to try and make the move once again this time. He's a little bit closer, and we have a little bit of a rear axle lock, but it kind of helps us rotate the car, and we're wheel-to-wheel Poucher. Oh my goodness, and we have big wheel spin. He's gonna have DRS again, and we're gonna be racing him down to the turn 4. We gotta be later on the brakes than him this time, and we are still wheel-to-wheel, just trying to fight for position, and we keep it. So good defense there. Just good job keeping up with them, showing our abilities here to all these F1 scouts. All right, Armstrong again. He is not getting away from us. He's trying to get this move done. He wants to get on the podium. I actually just realized we're on the podium, and I would like to stay there for our first feature race, especially that we started from P8. Our starts are just OP right now. I'm not sure if that's just an AI thing that they kind of need to patch, because or they just changed it in F123, because F122, I wasn't the greatest at starting the car. It might just be the F2 cars as well. We're going to cover off Armstrong here as he was trying to peek towards the inside. He's going to have DRS here, so he's going to have another run at us down into turn 1. He's a little bit further back this time. Cordell diving into the pits. So I think we're going to be boxing this lap. And Armstrong going for the move this time. He's going to try it around the outside, but we're just going to stick with them. And we have that rear axle lock. It helps us drift around the corner. Might be trying to use that to my advantage. And we're going to have DRS here. Okay. So that's great. Now I think that rear axle locking actually helps rotate around turn 1 in a tight situation like that. But my question is, how does that affect the tires? Because I feel like that lights up the rear tires. And then you might get spots or whatever. I don't think that's actually part of the game, but it definitely doesn't help with tire wear, so we got to be cautious about that. But let's get into the pits here. These tires are at 50%, so the tire wear might be a lot higher than it was in F122, or it's just why was the release so bad? 4.1 seconds. That's a little bit of a slow pit stop, or maybe that's just F2 standards. I don't know. But yeah, we come out in front of Armstrong still, so I guess a good pit stop. Maybe it's just the pits take a little bit longer, less guys working on the car. This pit straight feels like forever. But here we go, back out onto the track. We're going to be coming out with some traffic here, and that is Cordell, who pitted a few laps earlier. and he gets that undercut done actually. So we're down into P4. It looks like he has a good outlap. And Armstrong's going to have DRS here. He's going to get another run at us. We're going to go defend the inside, but he's trying to squeeze his way through. And Daruvla coming out of the pits now. Oh my goodness, look at that rear axle rotation. And we stay in front of him. Daruvla's in front of us now. So our pace just might be slower to holding up everyone behind us. But we just get such a good start that you don't realize how slow we're actually going here. Daruvla moves up into P6. We're now in P7, so I think we might have lost that podium spot because obviously no one is going to be pitting for the rest of this race. And we kind of want to show that we're a little bit better than our teammates. So let's try and get him here as he goes wide. Armstrong has DRS here, and it looks like he's going to overtake us. We're going to have to outbrake him going into the next corner, and someone else also right behind him. I think that's Caldwell. Just gonna try and squeeze him out. He rides that curb a little bit too hard, affects the balance of the car, and we still stay out in front here. We're gonna have DRS this time, so it's gonna help us get out in front of Armstrong just a little bit. Daruvla is running away with that lead. It's now built up to 4 seconds, so our pace needs a little bit of work because we were in P3, and then everyone kind of just undercut us because we were going that slow. And I really think now we were just holding up the pack. So it probably is a little bit harder to overtake in these F2 cars, as you guys just saw with Armstrong. That's maybe like his 4th attempt to try and get past us, but we're on lap 8. Got 3 laps of racing left here. We're gonna get some nice points up on the board, but we are headed on to the last lap here. We're in P7, so I mean, not bad. We moved up 1 spot from where we started, but yes, our pace confirmed is really slow. We're just doing some good defense, and we have a great start, like literally off the line. We overtook like 5 guys or something along those lines, but obviously our pace isn't good enough to keep up and keep those positions. We've managed though to keep Armstrong behind us for the entirety of this race. So far we still have like 3/4 of a lap left to go here, but we should be okay for P7. Gonna get some nice points on the board, but we look to improve in the next one, and hopefully we can start getting some podiums, possibly a race win. We definitely need to win some races before this season ends. There's Armstrong now coming down the inside, and we're gonna be going side by side into this weird turn 10. This has to be one of the most uncomfortable turns in us. I think he goes wide there. And yeah, he just fell down to P9. Caldwell overtakes him now. Trying to go a little bit risky, a little bit desperate, trying to get those points for P7, but it doesn't pay off. He's now in P9. Caldwell up into P8. And we're just chilling, kinda. We've got this massive train behind us that we've been leading for this entire race because my pace is so slow. And honestly, even at 100 difficulty or AI difficulty, they don't really seem too aggressive. So I think they've kind of chilled compared to last game, because I feel like if this was F122, we would not be in this position right now. Like, their pace is good, but their want to overtake seems a little soft. Again, it could just be F2 as well, the way that the cars are. I haven't played F2 in a while, but we take P7. And that's going to be some good points. Pretty good for our debut race in Formula 2. So on the weekend total, we scored 12 points. We got 6 in the sprint race, 6 in the race. That's a total of 12 points. Our teammate, Daruvla, outscores us by 3 points. He didn't score any points in the sprint. He scored 13 points in this race, plus he got the fastest lap, and he actually got 2 points for qualifying. I believe that's on pole. So 15 points total for him. So in the championship standings, we're in P5, so not too bad for our first race. We definitely need to work on our pace, like I've been saying throughout this video. Good start. I'm not too worried right now. We still got a lot of racing in F2. It is a full F2 season, so a lot of time to improve. Novalak takes the top spot in this sprint race, and he takes the lead in the championship. Theo Poucher in P2. He scores 18 points in this race, 2 points in the sprint race. But that is going to be it for this one. We don't have to put any upgrades in the car or anything because it's F2. So we got Jeddah up next, which I'm looking forward to. Always looking forward to a Jeddah race. If you guys are looking forward to the F2 driver career mode and the My Team career mode, that will be coming out sometime after this video this week, then subscribe to the channel, drop a like on this video, and hit the notification bell so you guys know when all the F1 23 content is out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Have a great day, guys.